October is my absolute favorite time of the year, and to celebrate, my partner and I here exclusively watch only the bestest of the horror genre. We also love trying to tie LEGO into that equation in any way that we possibly can. So over the next month, I'll be taking a look at some of the best LEGO horror inclusions from one of my favorite LEGO themes that ever released, Monster Fighters. Released in 2012, and some of those sets retired that same year, a couple of them made it into 2013, the line featured some of LEGO's best translations of some of the most famous iconic horror characters of all time. One of LEGO's own original creations, the sets took an inspiration from the Universal Monsters roster of characters. Now the line appealed to both adults and to kids. The theme's original story is that of a Dr. Rodney Rathbone who uncovers the nefarious plot from Lord Vampire, the ruler of the monster realm. He plans to turn our days into night permanently and to rule the mortal world by unleashing his monster army. To do this, Lord Vampire needs 6 Moonstones to help power a machine of his own creation. It's up to the team of monster fighters to stop him. Classic LEGO original plotline seen in many themes before this one. If you enjoy these videos, liking and subscribing does help to support this channel in creating more videos just like this. This is set 9463, the Werewolf, which released for around $40 NZD back in 2012, and now the set is valued at around $73 brand new, which isn't too much of an increase actually in my eyes. The Wolfman is a movie from 1941. The Wolfman is very high up there with Dracula, I think, for multiple different iterations and interpretations. Very famous. I think everyone has their own definitive Wolfman story. The set overview here is Major Quinton Steele with his hot rod and a tree trap where a werewolf is resting. I am a huge fan of period piece LEGO sets. Anyone who's familiar with my love of the Indiana Jones line from this channel should know this. So here we have a small hot rod design replicating that classic style of cars from the 20s and 40s. Despite being based around the Universal Monsters, the sets depict both the time periods from the classic movies and stories, but it also has enough inclusions to showcase the years that those movies were actually made. The car is very simple. Love that hood ornament of the Silver Frog a lot. Pistols are used in a technique to resemble exhaust pipes. It's not the only vehicle in the Monster Fighters theme that will do this. There is no storage area for weaponry or for luggage, not even a chair for sitting really. This is a standing person's vehicle only. It's the tree that makes up the bulk of the build. Yeah, it's one of those weird sets. LEGO tend to do this, and they still do it actually. This year, in fact, we had a Jurassic Park set that featured a giant tree as the exciting part of the build. The tree is very simple in its execution. It does actually feature a fun gimmick, and we'll get into that in just a sec. At the front of the tree here, we have the Moonstone. The Moonstone here sits unguarded at the bottom of the tree. Unlike some of the other sets, usually the Moonstone is hidden or it's protected in some kind of a way. The tree is made up of multiple differing shades of brown so that they can really come together. There's a few added extras lying around like some dog bones and some sharp white teeth or claw pieces. The shaping continues up and you can see that one of my tree pieces is actually broken, which is crazy to me when LEGO parts can do this because I don't understand how this could have possibly happened. But now's a good time to show off that ambush feature that I was mentioning at the beginning. This back section of the tree, while they tried, doesn't actually resemble much of a tree build, using lots of blacks and a bright red coloring. It's a flip switch that you can use to send figures flying. I really love gimmicks in LEGO that can cut through LEGO parts. While in universe it seems like there's nothing that's causing this, it gives off this neat illusion that the tree branches are being sliced in order for this feature to function. Moving that switch halfway gets the tree only halfway there. So there's some nice control on the gimmick, though the set is a bit old at this point, so it is a little tricky to get it actually working to 100%. Also, brown LEGO pieces like this are prone to breakage, so I'll need to be very careful for this set later on. To make sure that that lever doesn't go flying away, there is a small brick here that is going to stop it at that halfway point. So we can add our Wolfman figure to the tree now, and if we press hard enough, he can go flying, but like I said, it's pretty old now, so she does need a little bit of time before she can show us. It's cool though, and you can actually make the Wolfman go quite the distance. This is Major Quinton Steele, the third member of the Monster Fighters, who always gave me a rich tycoon kind of vibe. He's an old school hunter who loves to use older tech, like his signature weapon, the blunderbuss. He met the gang while trying to find new prey. He reminds me of the older Adventures line, and he fits the nostalgic line for LEGO figures quite nicely. I just get the sense that he knew Johnny Thunder quite well before he found himself in this setting. I really like it when LEGO can add generic parts onto existing molds and make something that feels quite genuine, in reference to his rifle here, which is actually a modified dinosaur's rifle with a clip at the top. Apparently this was an exclusive part to this theme, but it might have been repainted sometime later down the line. LEGO added a pearl gold telescope and a fez piece, and it makes a brand new weapon, and it looks really good. He uses the White Sun helmet to resemble a pith helmet, popular for the Adventures theme and in LEGO. So far of the members of the Monster Fighter squad, he is my favorite one. He released in this set and the Scientist Lab set. This is the Wolfman, named here Werewolf. Like some of the monsters in the line, the werewolf is an idea that has been remade regularly throughout other LEGO themes. For me, the Wolfman is the minifigure idea that LEGO has just crushed time and time again, usually offering something brand new each time. He's not the first werewolf minifigure, and he's also not the first werewolf minifigure with a specially molded head, but it had been some time between releases. Since then we've had countless, and they all seem to be borrowing from this guy, so clearly LEGO were very pleased with themselves with this release. I love his tattered clothing look, but I do think that the torso design for the CMF figure works more for having one sleeve that's ripped and one sleeve that's normal. This guy stands out with some glow-in-the-dark claws as well. LEGO made good use of these types of claw pieces, and I think that they work really well for the Wolfman here. Our Moonstone this time around is an orange one with a silhouette of a werewolf that's been printed on it. Instructions for the set are of a smaller booklet, theming inside is that of a moon in the corner. This is the first time that we get to see advertisements for the line. Here is a web page that showcases the website featuring more information. Unfortunately, if you try to access this website today, you will not have much luck. Ooh, spooky. Here's the full wave of sets that released in 2012. 2 of these have already been covered on this channel before. Each set included an exclusive Moonstone, but the castle featured all 6 in one complete set. On the other side, we have this really cool poster for the theme, shit goes hard, and Max sends you off to go and buy more sets. Now we're starting to get somewhere with these sets. The early sets are always minimal builds and good entry points, but you really need to seek something a little bit higher to appreciate all of the good stuff. I love the Wolfman tail. While it's just a tree here, it is very fitting for that type of a character, and I love the inclusion of an amazing vehicle here. It only gets better from here. If you enjoyed this review and you want to see more Monster Fighters videos, liking and subscribing does help to support this channel. Ka kite ano.